Guten Abend. Bonsoir. Buonasera. Hola. Hope you got what I meant. I hope you got it.
Good.
Accent. My accent's getting better. By next week, I think I'll have perfected it. People are going to start calling me Pavarotti and all these people. I'm telling you, no less. But listen, people, you're all very welcome to another episode of Eurostars, your weekly European roundup show. Of course, I've got quite the panel, quite the cast. Look at them stars in the background and look at the stars in front of those background of those stars.
Good five-a-side team, huh?
I'm telling you. But the way it's formulated, like on a formation, it's like I'm the keeper. I ain't no keeper. I ain't no keeper. Take me out of there. You know what I mean? Take me out of there. I'm more like I should be in the middle between Aaron and Ty, because like I'm Gaza. They used to call me Gaza. You know what I mean? So I'm Gaza right in the middle there. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Bilal, what's going on? You okay?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Another episode of Eurostars. People are showing this show a lot of love. So yeah, it's good to see, man. And yeah, we've got a sick panel today. And yeah, we've got a lot of things to talk about.
100%. Oi, says pattern up people, them likes. 100%. As you keep rolling in, there's 50 of you rolling already on a random Wednesday night. Big up yourselves. Let's start hitting those likes as soon as you come in. He says, hey, Grizz, hope it's all good here for quality wild takes. That's what we're talking about, bro. Quality wild takes. Omar says, Spanish needs work. I said, hola, how fucking hard is that? Did I fuck up hola?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No, man. Why are you stressing me out for, man? I said, hola, man. That's how you say it, how you do it.
What did you say in German, Grizz? What did you say?
Guten Abend.
Super.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
They're good.
You got official approval there.
Brother, come on. When man like Aaron Wan-Bissaka tells me it's perfect, I'm doing bits out here then, bro. Come on. But listen, people, of course, we've got Mo. Mo, what's happening? Good week? Everything okay? Of course you're happy. One of the big teams that, obviously we're going to get into it, but one of the few teams that won on the weekend out, the big boys.
Listen, man, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to talk Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga Ligue. I'm happy to be with these great, beautiful people around me. Thank you guys for having me again. Appreciate it.
No problem at all. And of course, I've got Tyrone, who's been messaging me like he's my best friend, even though I've only got to know him for like last 3 months. But this week he's been messaging me. I don't know why. Randomly, he's been messaging me from morning to night. Like, I don't know. Like, and then I realized, oh, okay. But it's all good. It's all good still. What's going on, my brother?
I had to put the top in the background, man, as a one-off. I had to be done, man. But no, honestly, big up for having me. Great panel. Big up Bilal. Mo, obviously never a foul guy every time. And Aaron, me and him go way back, man. So, yeah, guys, just make sure you liking this video, subscribing, keep doing that all show. And I'm here to talk football, and I'm looking forward to it, man. And Grizz, all I can say is, you didn't run from it. You still invited me on after the tough defeat on Monday. So,
of course, man. Every time, man. We ain't runners, man. You know what I mean? We still here. We still out here. It's a sticky patch still, but we're still here. And of course, I got Aaron joining us for the first time this season. Hopefully not the last time this season. Mr. Bundesliga himself. Of course, other clubs as well, Man United specifically. But how you doing, Aaron? You good?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Looking forward to this show throughout the season. We're going to talk football, loads of European football. Yeah, it's going to be fun. And obviously, glad to meet all of you, the Mandem for the first time. So yeah, looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it.
100%. And of course, we got the added spice of the Champions League coming up as well, very, very soon. The draw's tomorrow, isn't it? So we'd have a rough idea, and we'll probably speak on it next week once we know the draw and everything, and once we know where it is. Then we'll speak on the draw and who's in what group and what's what. But I guess we got to start kicking off the show, and we got to start in one league or a couple. Obviously, we got to start in one league, and I think we might as well get the Farmers Leagues out of the way. Like, what you saying, man? I don't know, man, because PSG, France, Liga. Mo was telling us beforehand, like, you're young, but you won't know that. This is that way it's always been. People talk about that PSG have only emerged now. Even when Marseille were great, like they weren't great. They were just, you know what I mean? It was never a thing, man. But PSG are just literally taking over this league. I don't even know if it's like, look at that lineup. Look at the score. We're talking about Lille here, who won the Ligue 1 only 2 years ago, guys, is it?
Just 2 years.
2 seasons ago, this team was the champions of France. At home, they've just lost to 7-1 to PSG. A, did anyone catch this game that wants to speak on it first? And B, did anyone see, if you did catch the game or catch the highlights, did you see Messi's pass in the literally from kickoff, was it, people?
Yeah.
Bilal, you can go.
Yeah, honestly, I turn on the TV. 20 seconds later, I'm seeing Mbappe celebrating. They're doing kickoff glitches in FIFA kickoff glitches, if you guys know, in real life. For me, this league at this point, it's never been too serious. But what I'm looking for really, we know Liga, and yes, it's not a serious league in terms of competition. What I'm looking for is PSG's performances. Are they clicking as a team? Are they starting to look good? Are Messi and Neymar and Mbappe, are they all starting to actually, enjoy each other and play fluid football? The system of Gautier now, it is looking really, really good. So for me, give me 2 seconds, guys, because
I have a little echo.
So it's good now.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. What it was, the sound was coming from my mic. But anyway, guys, going back to the point about Lille and just PSG in general, I'm just looking to see how PSG are going to thrive in this league. And for me, I'm looking at a team now with Vitinha and Verratti in the middle, with the 3 at the back, with the wing backs, the goalkeeper like Donnarumma. Everything is starting to click. And for me, Messi, I just want to say it. You cannot watch football and tell me Ronaldo has ever been better than this guy. Messi at 45 will still be better than most people. This guy is unbelievable, man. The things he does, the way he just touches the ball, you can already tell this guy's we're never going to see another Messi at the end of the day. That's all I'm trying to say. This man is unbelievable. And that second goal, that's just class. That is just pure class. And for me, I love Messi. I love Neymar, Mbappe. His attitude's making me turn away from him. But still, the talent of that front 3 is next level. And for me, Messi...
It's scary when
you know what, Grace. Do you know Man United tried to do the same play the day after, and it was just
and we miskicked the ball. I clocked that.
Did you know that? Did you know that?
Yeah.
But to Mo's point, to Bilal's point, I see you shaking your head, Ty. Was you shaking your head in agreement, or was you shaking your head because your club has the other guy who people speak on the same level?
I'm a football fan first. I'm in agreement with Bilal from the off. Straight
okay.
Away. Yeah,
okay.
I really am. Ronaldo's had some great seasons. Don't get me wrong. He's been there and he is one of the best. But I'll probably get called wild for saying it. But in terms of ability, I actually think Neymar his career should have been higher than Ronaldo's. I think he's a better player as well. I actually love Neymar. So Ronaldo's great. Don't get me wrong, but he's not better than Messi. No way.
Aaron,
I have to agree with Bilal and Ty. I've always been a fan of Messi. I think what Messi's doing with a football on the pitch, I don't think we've seen that since Ronaldinho. To be quite honest with you, he's doing incredible things that will probably never be replicated by any left footer in the game. Obviously, I respect anybody that says that their preference goes towards Ronaldo. I respect that. But I've seen Ronaldo live, obviously not the best version of him, but I think if I ever go watch Messi, I think I would genuinely be starstruck. So that alone should tell you what it is between both of them. So it's Messi.
100%. Mo, obviously you can have your say on that. And then I want you to talk to me about, is this the A lineup for PSG going forward? Is this the new formation that I think we spoke on, that this coach is going to try to get the best out of the front 3? Because is this the best way to play Lionel Messi and Neymar? Give them a free roll. They're not going to stay wide and track back. Give them a free roll and let Mbappe go through central. Is this the way forward, you think? And I think this suits the personnel as well, right?
Yeah, for sure. Listen, about that Messi and Ronaldo, I would choose Ronaldo over Messi, even though Messi is more talented. There are a lot of talented people, and I know that Messi did wonders on the ball, did wonders in this era, but there are a lot of Ronaldo was more talented than Ronaldinho was more talented than everybody we saw. Ronaldo as well, R9. But to be honest, for me, I respect Ronaldo's career more just because he did it in the Premier League, went to La Liga, did it, and then went back to Serie A. And for me, the guy is never shy from a challenge, and this is why I respect it. But both players are great. Both players gave us a lot. But for me, I'll just give the edge to Ronaldo just because of this, in my opinion. As for PSG, it's I think we said it before. This is the most balanced lineup we've seen. It's not very attacking. It's not very defensive. Vitinha can defend. Verratti can control the midfield. The fullbacks are not crazy. And he compensated for Hakimi and Mendes being a forward wing backs by playing 3 very strong center backs. Like last year, Pochettino went for the crazy lineup where we basically went to see 4 defenders and 6 attackers, and that was it. We're going to try to just play. But now, I think this team is balanced. This team can play football on the ground, but also can defend, because at least you can have 7 players to defend at any time of the game, which is, I think, in League One is enough. We still wait to see in the Champions League, because I know everybody's waiting for that Champions League. But for League One, this team can go undefeated for the whole league, because it's very balanced. There's nobody can compete against this.
Tyrone, I speak about this. I look through this lineup, right, and I'm going to be honest. For Liga, it's going to wipe the floor. But when I see Ramos and Kimpembe at the last stages of the Champions League, I'm not 100%, still not 100% sure. Now, obviously, until they play in the Champions League, we won't be able to tell if this new culture has any influence on any has made any difference. But what I will say is one of my favorite fullbacks, and he's not spoken about enough, is Nuno Mendes, the left back. I think he's an absolute player. And you know what? Credit to him. He has to cover that side because Neymar ain't doing shit for him. You know what I mean? So Nuno Mendes, for me, on the ball, this guy is a freak of a fullback, man. More respect needs to be put on his name. But basically, look, is this going to cut in the Champions League for you then?
Do you know what? I have to agree with what Mo said. I think when you look at PSG over the years, it is the most balanced team. And I don't even think it's about, you ask someone, is it getting the best out of the attack? For me, no, it's actually getting the best out of every single individual on that pitch. I know that Marquinhos is obviously a rock-solid centre-back, and you've got Ramos and Kimpembe, who was linked with a move to Juve. But I feel like in terms of a back three, they have everything to play in that Champions League. You look at the teams that are favourite in the Champions League. You look at Liverpool. At the moment, obviously, you've got Van Dijk, but Matip's not fit, Konate, but when they come back, that is quite solid. You look at Man City, you've got Ruben Diaz, but you never know it's Laporte, Ake, or Stones partnering him. I'm trying to look who is the other favourite in Real Madrid. You've got Eder Militao, and you've got Alaba and Rudiger. I'd probably say that's a really solid line, but when you look at that centre-back partnership, I don't look at that and think that's any worse than any of the top teams that are competing for the Champions League. So for me, I think this is the year they're ready-made and they are built for it. I think Hakimi and Nuno Mendes, Hakimi, for me specifically, suits this formation. This gets the best out of him because he is literally like a right winger. And then Nuno Mendes is more the solid foundation, where I'd call him more the overall left back for them more than Hakimi. He can defend. He's solid 1v1. He doesn't need to bomb up as much. And then you've got Neymar and obviously Lionel Messi in a 10 role. So for me, if I look at this starting 11 and they want to make additional signings, we're talking about players like Fabian Ruiz, we've got Renato Sanchez that's coming. I'll be honest, the only change that potentially could happen there would be Vitinha and Fabian Ruiz rotating. But for me, I don't think they need to, because Vitinha's got the legs up and down. You've got Verratti, who's a controller. I really do think that this team is ready for the Champions League. And It's hard to say who they could get beaten by, but I think I would like to see them up against like a Man City this year, because I know that they got beaten by them last year, but I do feel like they had a bit of possession, but they couldn't get that penetrative last pass. But I feel like with these guys as inside 10s, they can get inside the pockets, man. And whoever is a DM in the opposing side in these deep Champions League semi-finals, finals, quarterfinals, they're going to have to be on top form, because picking up Messi and Neymar in these little pockets is not an easy job at all. And I've got to give credit to the manager, by the way. I know we talk about the players. I've got to give credit to the manager, Grizz, because this is a manager that he's been around in France. He's not managed the most elite level clubs. And people could say, do you know what? How's he going to deal with personalities and stuff like that? Well, let me tell you now, after 8 seconds when they scored that goal, you saw the harmony of them jumping around like they just won a trophy. That manager has got balance to it. I don't think he's going to take no shit. And sometimes you don't need the best managers to manage this group. You need someone who understands them. And I think this guy does at the moment.
Fair enough. Aaron, are you in agreement with that? Are you making them one of the favourites, or the favourite. We haven't heard from you in terms of how you rate. We had a little chat a couple of weeks back about who made the favourites. How do you see them in the Champions League? Obviously, we'd be amazed if they drop a point in the French league the way it's going. But in the Champions League, what are we saying?
Yeah, I think in the Champions League they have to be up there with one of the favourites purely because of their squad and who they got up front in terms of their front line. I think any team that has to play up, any defence, that has to go up against Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar, is going to be frightened. So they have to be up there with the favourites. And I just want to touch on that last point that Ty made. I think that's a very, very important point that he made because a lot of people have questioned this man. A lot of people have questioned his credibility, his credentials. And when it came to that, people responded with, yes, he won the league. But then people went, yeah, but he won it with Lille. And he hasn't really managed any big personalities. Well, the perfect example is what happened last week with the whole penalty situation. Mbappe and Neymar are, allegedly beefing. You didn't see none of that against Lille. And again, that example from Ty, they scored after 8 seconds and the whole team was there hugging and dancing and jumping around. I don't see no signs. So, and I've seen, obviously, and heard a couple of things that have been going on behind the scenes. Apparently, the manager brought both of them in his office and said, listen, you're squashing this right now because we've got a long season and I need both of you. It's problem solved. So that alone, you can't question the manager. He's definitely solved the problem. You can see it. There's no beef anymore. So, and he's actually, the thing with PSG is last season they had the same front three, but they weren't really playing that nice football that we see right now. Messi wasn't tracking back. Neymar wasn't tracking back. Mbappe wasn't tracking back. When I watched that game against Lille, I saw Neymar run his socks off to defend and win the ball back. When I saw that, yeah, there's a difference. I can see a difference. In Messi run back to win the ball. Said there's a difference. I've seen a little clip on TikTok flying around where Messi was walking and the manager screaming his name, Leo. As soon as he heard that, run.
Oh, wow.
Stuff like that, I can tell that the manager's, maybe tactically he hasn't changed much, but in terms of motivation and in terms of instructions, he's definitely put his imprint. He's definitely left his print there. So I trust PSG to, challenge with the best teams in the Champions League this season with the Bayern Munichs, the Man Cities. I trust them to go all the way.
Fair enough. Stefan disagrees. He says, I'll buy Grizz a bag of chips if PSG even make the final. I'm looking forward to a bag of chips. Sleeping Drag says, hit the like, man. Hit the like, not for me, man, for everyone. All the man them. Hit the like, man. Big up yourselves. Look, I hear everything that you guys are saying, and I get everything that you guys are saying. But in these kind of clubs, and when you've got this many globetrotters in one team, you know what I mean? It's always about when adversity hits you. It's all lovely and 7-1 and 6-1 and partying, but the moment something happens in a game where it's not going your way, or let's say they drop a point, or let's say they get drawn into an awkward group and lose a couple of games in the Champions League, that's when the true test of this coach is going to come through. But I hear you. Everything that you've said is true. You can see he's made a difference, especially in terms of their playing style. You know what I mean? So let's hopefully they'll go through. Let's see how they get on in the Champions League, because until they play a major team, we just won't know. They don't get tested in Ligue 1. We don't know what's going on. Like that's the best team apart from Lyon, maybe. I don't know who else is
Marseille.
Lyon, Marseille. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. But another team that smashed 7 this weekend, man. That wasn't the only team, the Bundesliga, which I don't know, guys. I hear you. I want to hear your thoughts. Is it probably as equally as one team league? Aaron, I want to come to you with this one, man. First and foremost, like 7-0, man. It's only game week 2. Last week they smashed 5.
Yeah.
Was it 5? Was it 5 last week?
15 goals. It's like 15 goals in 3 games or something like that at this point.
Yeah.
What's this Bundesliga, man? Aaron, talk to me about this lineup, man. How's this lineup looking?
I mean, any manager would be happy with that squad, let alone the lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, Julian Nagelsmann has the choice of his life. He could start a game against Dortmund with his B team and probably still win. I mean, everybody knows at the start of the season, the likelihood is that Bayern's going to win the league. It's all about what Bayern do in the Champions League. And I watched one of the previous Eurostar shows where Mo said something very, very important there, and I compared it to Bayern Munich. He said that when Juve don't win the league, it's a crisis, and because of the players that they bought, it's the same with Bayern Munich. When you don't win the league, it's panic stations. So you can see Bayern Munich lead, be on top for like half a season. As soon as they drop to second, it's panic stations. What have Bayern Munich done wrong? Are the players good enough? Is the manager good? And this is when they're second, So obviously they're setting standards for themselves, but you can't argue that it is a bit easy for them. It is a bit easy. And like I said, Nagelsmann is spoiled for choice. I mean, I'm looking at the lineup here from the game. I mean, come on, man.
Has he done anything different? Because he's a manager that always likes to do little things different, little tweaks all the time. He's like almost like a Pep Guardiola, where he just likes to always tinker with his formations, something different.
I don't think he's particularly changed anything tactically. I'm gonna make a very bold statement. I would say the only manager that I've known at Bayern Munich to change something tactically is probably Pep Guardiola, because before that, Bayern weren't really playing that passing game, that tiki-taka style of football. When he came, instantly you saw that. And when he left, you could tell the difference. So I don't think tactically he's really changed anything. And Bayern is one of those clubs where the team, I would say, to maybe 50 to 60% manages itself. I mean, you've got leaders all over the gaff. You've got Kimmich, you've got Goretzka, Müller, you've got Neuer. Those players are the backbone of the team. They're the spine of the team. And when you have players like that, you don't really need to manage a lot, in my opinion. And then when you add youngsters like
Jamal Musiala.
Jamal Musiala, exactly. And then you've got others coming through the academy as well.
Marzoui, that new kid Marzoui is coming on. Is good.
Exactly. It's easy.
But let me ask you something, Aaron. Let me ask you. You don't think that their defense is one of the weakest defenses in Europe's top clubs in the world right now? Matthias de Ligt failed at Juventus. Upamecano, people say they got the wrong deal. They should have gone Konate. Lucas Hernandez is actually a left back. Benjamin Pavard is not the best defender in the world. I think this defense is very vulnerable, to be honest. If it was not for Joshua Kimmich in the midfield and Sabitzer, who works his socks off every game, I think this defense has a mistake in them. But because the team, and this is the same as the French league, the teams don't put in a fight at all in the league. When this team goes in the Champions League and this defense goes against the giants of Europe, like the Benzemas, even the Barcelona, City, Liverpool, Salah, and all these guys, I think they're going to struggle. I'm sorry. I'm looking at De Ligt. This guy, I watched him week in, week out at Serie A. He wasn't great. Upamecano always has a mistake in him, very slow. You know what I'm talking about. You think this is this is not a top-notch defense. I'm sorry, this is not.
I agree with you, Mo. And that was actually going to be my next point. I think this defense has a lot of mistakes in them. Like you mentioned, Upamecano got a mistake in him. De Ligt, why did you go to Bayern Munich? In my opinion, you might as well have stayed at Juve, because I don't see why he's going there. The only thing that maybe works in his favor is his age. He's only 22, which I keep forgetting. So
yeah,
it's a good.
I think a lot of people forget his age, guys.
Yeah, a lot of people forget his age because he looks much older, innit?
And he's been around.
And he's been around.
I'm gonna disagree with Mo about De Ligt. I think De Ligt's a fantastic centre back and will become even better. People forget ages, man. With time, centre backs don't even reach their peak until 28. Defenders. That's why I always defend the likes of Joe Gomez from a Liverpool point of view and Trent. They're 23 years old. People, because they've been playing Champions League finals, 3 of them already. People just, the mistakes are highlighted. You see, but you got to remember, to get there, they must have played some serious ball. To reach 90 points plus, they must have played some ball. So De Ligt is young. He went to replace some legends of Italy, or centre backs, Bonucci and Chiellini. These guys are legends of the game, man. And Juve are a funny team. They recruit either like free transfers or high-end, old, established players coming to the end of their career. So it was a bit of a difficult phase. But with the Bayern Munich team, like some people forgot, like we forgot to mention, like Jamal Musiala we've mentioned, but Ryan Grammach and Mo mentioned Mazraoui, the guy they bought from Ajax. It's quite a squad he's built. Again, just like PSG, I'm not sure about them in the Champions League, guys. I don't know what you guys think.
That's it, man. I think it's getting up against these big teams. And I think when you look at it now, and I'm glad you went to Bayern next. I was trying to compare the Bayern and PSG situation, and I personally feel that both of them are going to walk their leagues as usual. But when they get to the Champions League, I do feel like this year, this PSG team are more equipped than Bayern Munich. I just think Bayern Munich's approach is going to kind of remind me of Liverpool back in the day when they had the Brendan Rodgers era and they nearly won the league. But it was like, go out there and beat these teams. If they win 5-3, they win 4-2, they win 3-1, whatever it is, just go out there and win the game. And I just think Upamecano and De Ligt, are they screaming out to me Champions League winning centre-backs together? I just don't feel that yet. And I just think their best approach in the Champions League is to go out and try and outscore them teams. Obviously, you look at that team right there. It has got abundance amount of pace. You got Thomas Müller, who knows he's probably the last 15 years, the right player, right moment, right time. He knows where to position himself. But I just don't know about that midfield either. I like Kimmich, don't get me wrong. Like, he's been a right back. He's played at central midfield, defensive midfield. Like, he's a very good, versatile player. But I just don't see that spine of the team winning a Champions League. And I think that's the big thing. When you look at teams that go out there and perform in big games, you look at the spine, and the newer Upamecano, Kimmich, Thomas Müller, Mane spine don't feel to me that that's got enough to win them two big games when it comes to the knockout stages. I do think they'll go to the quarters, semis. I think me and Bilal said it on the first Eurostars. Their expectations to definitely get to the semis minimum, because you can't not when you're Bayern Munich and Nagelsmann's come in there and, we've brought some of these players in, but I just feel like they might just fall short. But I am intrigued, by the way. Big up the guys in the comments, because Gravenberch actually he's had an injury since the start of the season. He hasn't really been able to establish himself yet. He got 25 minutes on the weekend. It will be interesting to see what he's like when he does get some more minutes, because I think he just gives that midfield something a bit different to what Sabitzer and Kimmich offer. So how he fits them in, we'll find out. But yeah, they fall short in the Champions League for me.
Guys, I just got some breaking news. People are mentioning that L'Equipe are mentioning and saying that PSG have submitted a bid for Bernardo Silva of 70 million euros.
Wow.
I can't see it happening.
It's too late.
It's too late. I can't see it happening at all. I don't know what you guys want to comment on that or anything. Anybody see, I don't know. They must have.
He's worth way more than this. He's worth, if they were going to sell him, Barcelona were already opening to paying 70 million. And they said, no, we want 90 to 100. Yeah. I think it's worth more than this. It's not worth it to be honest, it's not worth the money for Man City, because they're not going to get someone with that caliber for 70 million now, today. They're not. There is nobody on the market for 70 million for that caliber now.
Can I just add to what Ty said again? He made a very good point regarding Bayern Munich. When it comes to the spine, obviously now they have a different spine, but I just don't see them winning the Champions League with this central defense that they have now. De Ligt and Upamecano. I think both are still very inexperienced in terms of international football. Even though they have played in the Champions League, but I'm talking about, taking it to that next level and having that experience on how to win important games in the Champions League when the team is behind or
under pressure.
When you're about to lose the tie. Who is that centre back that's going to step up? And right now, I can't see Upamecano or De Ligt do that. And when I compare their central defense right now to the central defense that won them the Champions League the last time that happened in 2020, their central defense partnership was Jerome Boateng and David Alaba. Now, these two names speak for themselves. Bags of experience, leadership, taking the game by the scruff of the neck, lifting the team up when needed. There's a whole universe between those two and the two that we see now, Upamecano and De Ligt. So it's really up to Nagelsmann to try and transform these guys into leaders and try and make it as far as possible in the Champions League. But right now, I think Bayern Munich are just going to be the team that's going to play football a certain way. And that certain way is going to be you score, I score. That's
it is.
Exactly.
That's just very quickly, I want to touch upon one of their supposed rivals, and we spoke about it last week when Bilal was going through Dortmund's lineup and bigging up the dealings and business they've done. and I shut him down. I shut him down for a reason. I said they're dead team, Bill. I'll stop talking them up. And I don't know who else was bigging them up as well, but I've been telling people Dortmund are the most fakest. Like, what's the word? No, not fake, but
false
you know,
image. False image.
False image. Yeah, everyone thinks that Dortmund, they buy and sell well, and they got some class. Their recruitment is set. I mean, I don't know. Who wants to talk to me about this dead
Listen,
team?
I think I should start with this because I was bigging them up a lot. Like I wasn't. Listen, you know what it is, yeah. Let me defend myself a little bit because if you go back and you check what I said, I was saying that Freiburg last week dominated Dortmund for 70 minutes until the young boys came on, the Bino Gittins and Mukokus, Marius Wolf as well came on and changed the game. But Dortmund have this vulnerability, and I think Hummel said it as well post-match, saying we went back to our old ways, and they're very soft. Once their heads are gone, it's gone, and it's never happened before. This is the first time in Bundesliga history that a team have lost a 2-goal lead in the last few minutes of the game in that fashion. So for me, I look at that team, and if you look at their lineup, compare it to when they had Hakimi, Sancho, Haaland, in that team, and you go in, okay, fair enough, the Modeste situation, strike situation, unlucky. Nothing they could have done about that because of the situation with Haller. We hope he gets well soon. But then you look at the rest of the team, Marco Reus still being that main guy in that team, still being the captain, the leader. For me, I love Reus. Reus is one of my guys that I love so much watching him, him, the likes of Isco, even Griezmann, with that kind of era, 2013 times, these were the guys I was looking at. But you look at the team now, Bellingham and Daoud, it's not a great partnership. It's not a great partnership in the middle of the park. The defense with Hummel still in there, he's a liability, to say the very least. Guerrero is probably a centre mid, really, not even a left back. And then Julian Brandt wasn't even meant to play the game. Daniel Marlin, for some reason, meant to start ahead of him. Another player who, for me, is very
in the warm up or something.
Yeah, he wasn't. And then Julian Brandt, for me, is someone that I think Julian Brandt is a player that just epitomizes Dortmund. So much talent, both footed, can cut in, can do it all, can play multiple positions, but he's just missing that extra to make him a top player and make him consistent. And I think that just sums up Dortmund. And I just want to say, listen, I wasn't trying to big them up saying they were going to win the league or anything, but as it is with Dortmund, there's always them young players that give you hope. And,
listen, I want to add to what Grizz said. One thing about Dortmund, you can't sell 300 million plus worth of talent without replacement and still consider competing for the league. It's you're really money laundering, or it's a business club. It's a business run club. It's all about the money. I'm sorry. They sold 3 of the most promising talents in world football in the last 2-3 years, right? To Inter and then Sancho to Man United and then Haaland to Man City without actual proper replacement, right? Yeah. You can't compete. You're a joke of a club. You actually sell your best players to Bayern Munich, to rivals, and you sell best players. It's a joke of a club. All they want is to bring talents in and sell them for more money. So we just should take them as they are.
Yeah, just on the Hakimi point, I think it was Real Madrid who sold it to Inter. I think Dortmund, that shows again Dortmund's ambition. Yeah, that just shows again though Dortmund's ambition, because Hakimi, Sancho, Haaland, that was something good happening there. Why couldn't they put the money down for Hakimi? It's money that really is an investment. You're not going to lose your money on Hakimi unless he gets a major injury, which hopefully doesn't happen to him. Again,
Aaron,
go on, Aaron.
Aaron, I want to ask you, Aaron.
Yeah,
like Dortmund, so many years come with a hope that they're going to challenge, but obviously, and I'm not just saying it, but they've not been the same since Jurgen Klopp left. Tuchel had a little something there, but not really. That's it. Look, what is the situation in Germany? How do the German media view these people now, this club now? Is it pretty much like what Mo says? Just who would you compare them to in the Premier League in terms of builds up stars and they just sells them and they just tries to make new stars again? I don't know. And then and my final question, who is going to be the closest competitors to Bayern, if any? Is it Leipzig probably?
I would say the closest competitor, I'd probably say Leipzig. Yeah, Leipzig, because of the funds that they have and the backing that they have with Red Bull and stuff. But Dortmund it's really the same old, and I don't know what team I could compare them to in the Premier League. I'm still thinking. Dortmund, it's been the same story for years, man. It goes back to when I lived there. When I lived there, Dortmund were the eternal seconds. I think before them it was by Leverkusen. Leverkusen were like almost that team that almost came close, but
yeah.
And then it switched to Dortmund. Listen, I understand people that say that it's too easy for Bayern Munich and X, Y, Z. I understand, but sometimes you have to look at yourself. You can't keep saying that it's too easy for Bayern Munich, but then you sell your best players to them. And I mean, and it's not even that they sell their best players to Bayern Munich and those players go on to thrive. Because in the past years, the only player I can think of that went there and thrived was Lewandowski. Because Mario Götze went there, flopped. Mats Hummels went there, he was all right. Apart from that, I can't really think of someone who left Dortmund and went to Bayern Munich and thrived. So, and you can
Lewandowski.
say that
Yeah, only Lewandowski. You said Lewandowski.
I can't think of anyone else. And you can sit there and say that it's too easy for Bayern Munich, but what are you doing to play your part? Because if you're saying that it's too easy for Bayern Munich, but then you're 2-0 up against Werder Bremen, then you lose 3-2 in the dying minutes of the game, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I partially blame Dortmund. They're a bit naive, in my opinion, with the appointment that they made in Edin Terzic. Listen, I've got no issues with, managers making a transition of being assistants to go into permanent management or being the head coach. But I think for Terzic, it was a bit too early. He needed a bit more experience. And people don't know, he left his technical director role to be the head coach. You don't do that, man. You don't do that. They should have appointed someone else. I think I don't even think they should have got rid of Marco Rosa, because I think he was a coach. But apparently they didn't see eye to eye with the.
It was a shock to everyone when he got sacked.
Yeah, with the board and stuff like that. They didn't see eye to eye, the transfer strategy, etc., etc. And I understand, why would you sell all your best players, like you said, Grizz, and not replace them? So I understand why Marco Rosa was frustrated, because with Haaland and Sancho, fair enough, they were due to leave one day, but they should have replaced them somehow. So Dortmund, I think a lot of their failures are self-inflicted, and they should look at themselves before they look at Bayern Munich and say it's too easy for them, etc., etc. What people don't know about Bayern Munich is the reason, or part of the reason why they're so successful today, is because they've put in the work since the late 80s, start of the 90s, when everybody back then in the Bundesliga was only thinking about football. A young guy who had just retired, a young player who had just retired at the time due to injuries, decided to work for Bayern Munich and said, how can I make this club bigger? How can I make this club great? And the guy's name at the time was Uli Hoeneß. He retired because he had too many injuries. So the club asked him, do you want to come and work for us? Because he studied marketing. So he was like, all right, cool, let me do that. Worked on a marketing strategy. And now Bayern Munich is a global because of that one guy that thought, listen, I have to think big, because in 20 years, I want Bayern Munich to be this big. And at the time, Dortmund and Schalke and Bremen and all these other teams, they weren't thinking about that. They were thinking, all we have to do is play football, be good at the Bundesliga, and that's it. So part of Bayern Munich's success is due to them laying down the groundwork all these years back, and now everybody's catching up, but it's too late. So it wouldn't surprise me if in the next 10 years Bayern wins the league, because they've laid down the groundwork. All the superstars want to come to Bayern Munich. They don't want to go to Dortmund. They don't want to go to Schalke. They don't want to go to Stuttgart and all these teams. They want to come to Bayern because of the prestige and the reputation that this club has. I mean, this is a club that is self-sustainable. They haven't had debt in God knows how many years. So, listen, they're ahead of everyone else, and Dortmund, unfortunately, is just going to play catch-up for the next few years to come, unless something drastically changes, i.e. their recruitment.
Yeah, well, we spoke about some of the most recent sort of sales of sort of the likes of Sancho and Haaland, and then obviously Bellingham next season. It's just going to carry on. You don't see them.
See, this is another one.
How they change their business model.
That's another player. Bellingham's probably going to go next season. It wouldn't surprise me if he leaves in January, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. And they're going to cash in the money, invest it in infrastructure, which is not bad. But really,
so are they in the Champions League this season?
They are, yeah. They are.
They're in the Champions League, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be interesting to see where they are, because I think whether they sell Bellingham in January or not, because I know we're going to try in January. When I say we, Liverpool, so it'll be interesting to see if they're in the Champions League or not at that stage.
The only reason why I believe they haven't sold Bellingham this summer is because Bellingham wants to get into the England team for the World Cup. And I think staying at Dortmund is probably the best way for him to get into that squad. If he moves somewhere else, I don't think it would happen. So,
and not only that, they have put a lot of faith in him. And from what we read or I know about him and his family is very, very screwed on, head screwed on. So he's one of those guys that they backed me, they made me. I can't just desert them after, like just straight away. He's willing to give them one more year as well. So it makes sense because he's young. The whole career's ahead of him. And he knows he's got that move to a big club secured regardless. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those ones, I guess. And plus they sold Haaland this season as well as the major one. But the thing is, they're probably screwing because they didn't get maximum money. Like Mo was talking about Bernardo Silva being worth much more than 70 million. Because of that clause, they probably feel a bit grieved that they didn't maximize Haaland's price because they could have easily got 150k for him. Yeah, 150 million. So they're probably, that's what I was thinking. They might consider Bellingham as well, or another big sale, because usually there's a target they try to make every summer. They didn't make that target this summer because they invested a lot back. And I think again, into me personally, I think dud players. I don't rate none of them really, but the hype around Europe and Bilal's house was like, yeah, man, they bought some big boy players. You know what I mean?
I also think Dortmund should take the approach of, they brought in the likes of Erling Haaland, who turned out to be a superstar, Sancho, who turned out to be a superstar. Why don't they carry on that? Let's say that tradition. Let's just call it that. Why don't they carry on bringing in superstars or making superstars? There was a time where during the summer where they were linked with Luis Suarez. Now I understand, yes, he's on his last legs, literally, but you've got the money, you've got the funds. Put down a little, a big salary for Luis Suarez, bring him to the club, lure him in with Champions League football. Why not do that? They
could even sign Ronaldo if they wanted to. But another thing with Dortmund, is even this whole, okay, I'm going to get a Sancho from Man City Academy. I'm going to get Haaland from Austria. It's not sustainable. Look at the situation now. They're trying to replicate the same thing with Bino Gittins. He's coming in from Man City. Is he going to be the next Sancho? Sesko was someone who was playing for Salzburg. And you think Leipzig are going to let Haaland and then Sesko go to Dortmund when it's basically their player? So it's not. So this system of Dortmund trying to unearth gems and make them top players, I don't think it's sustainable. Sometimes you need them proven world-class players, but I don't think Dortmund are at their point anymore.
It'll be interesting to see how much. It'll be interesting to see how much they've earned though in the last 5 years through player sales, in terms of how much they bought them for and how much they sold them for. I reckon they'd be up there, man. I don't know if anybody can find that. If anybody in the chat knows that kind of thing, that finds that kind of stat, like in terms of profits and sales in the last 5 years.
I think like Benfica, I'd say Porto, maybe Ajax. These are the kind of clubs.
Porto definitely as
they're
well.
like the bracket of the buy and sell clubs. Literally, they are.
Literally,
and just lastly, I know we're going to move on, but just quickly to touch on the way Dortmund done things. I think when Dortmund were also successful back in the day, they didn't really have a club like Leipzig who kind of adapted that same model of bringing in youth players and younger players and making them better and bigger. I now feel like Leipzig are that sort of Dortmund of today when Dortmund are in their prime now. I'm not saying that they're going to get to Champions League semi-finals and finals, but in terms of like challenging Bayern Munich, like Aaron said, and being that sort of number 2 mainstay, it seems now that teams turn to Leipzig players and teams do not turn to Dortmund players. I remember when Man United signed Shinji Kagawa. I love Kagawa. Brilliant play. Just didn't work out for us when David Moyes come in. Yeah. But we always return to sort of Dortmund sort of players. Błaszczykowski, I remember Lucas Piszczek, the right back. But now it's like Leipzig are building that model what Dortmund was successful with. But Leipzig, you got to think about it. They're owned by Red Bull. They're already a big franchise anyway. So for me, that's the team. If I'm a youngster, I want to go to Leipzig, not Dortmund now. So yeah, that's what
but again, one more thing, just to leave it on that, I guess. It's just like even Leipzig can't resist the power of Bayern Munich. Nagelsmann, Upamecano, gone. So even Leipzig can't really build anything and hold power in Germany for more than a year. So it's tight.
We're going to move on because for me, and we've discussed it as well, probably the most intriguing league this year is the Serie A. Again, some interesting results. Napoli with another convincing win against newly promoted Monza. Mo?
They signed 13 players.
They're not in the Forest of Italy.
You know who's the manager?
Mo, did you realize every player they signed, by the way, is on loan?
Yeah. Do you know that it's Galliani? It's Galliani who runs the thing.
Oh wow, he owns the Monza.
All on
he
loan,
runs it
Chris.
or
And I
owns
think
it,
if
so
they
yeah,
stay up,
yeah.
if they stay up, then they have obligations to buy them.
Yes,
Crazy.
to buy all of these players.
Can I ask Mo? What role does Berlusconi play in Monza? Is he the president? Does he
I
own the
think
club?
he's the owner, and then Galliani runs it, something like this.
Oh my God.
Crazy. How much?
The corruption, man. Monza's
That's
F1
sick
track,
levels of corruption. That's sick levels of corruption.
Wow.
I think so. I'm not like 100% sure, but I know that the one who makes the signings and appears with the player is Galliani.
But I guess the standout fixture before we go into Mo's beloved Inter, the standout fixture was surely into Atalanta Milan. Ended 1-1, tough game. Atalanta just keep churning out. Again, Atalanta, you could say possibly like, well, I always compare Napoli to Dortmund. In terms of Napoli, I always thought they're going to do something, but they always fall at the last hurdle. And Atalanta too, I don't know, maybe a Leverkusen or something. Atalanta,
a mad club.
Let me tell you, Atalanta look exactly like what? Atalanta, they're exactly like Real Sociedad or Villarreal. They show up sometimes, play very good football, challenge for the title a little bit, and then they fall short, go to Champions League, go to quarterfinals, round of 16, and then they're gone. And then they disappear for like some years. And this is what's going to happen to Atalanta. But anyway, for this game, man, that guy Milanovsky, man, he's just kind of a rocket with the left foot, man. The guy scored a very good goal. He's a target for Spurs. They want him. I don't know why they want him, but because he's like someone who doesn't suit the system. But anyway, Milan, though, Ismael Bennacer, as Leah said last episode, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. He actually said a lot about Ismael Bennacer. He scored a really, really good goal, the equalizer in the second half. And this Milan team is not bad at all. It's very, very good. Origi came on, played part of the second half. He came on for Leao, which is very surprising, by the way, because he came on as a left winger, not a forward. Olivier Giroud came on as a forward. It was kind of strange, but Milan, let's not say they dropped 2 points, because I don't think a lot of teams can go to Bergamo and win at Atalanta. I don't think there's a lot of
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's a point gain, especially coming from behind. Again, it's this Atalanta team with Demiral, Toloi, Jim City. These defenders are like really, really aggressive. Very, very aggressive. I think it's a good point for them. It's not bad. Also, they controlled most of the game. They only had 2 shots on them. The goal was a deflection, but it was a banger of a shot. But to be honest, Milan showed character that nobody showed against Atalanta most of the time. You don't go to Bergamo at Atalanta and actually control the game from start to finish, which is what they did.
No, fair enough.
I keep hearing, just to add on to what Mo said, I keep hearing that a lot of teams go there and they say it is a very hard place to play at. I mean, even us last season, and Ty will remember this, when we went there with United, we struggled against Atalanta. Even though we managed to come back to 2-2, it was a very, very tough game. So, but I like the look of Atalanta, even though, you know, they have their little issues here and there. I like the look of them. I like the signings that they made. I mean, last season, I think it was Jeremy Boga that they got in. I like the way they play sometimes.
Do you know, Aaron, they've got Ademola Lookman this summer.
Yeah,
I didn't know until I watched them. I was like, hold on, I know this guy. Is that Lookman? And I think
someone can tell me, Aaron, but I think he's the first ever English player to play for Atalanta. I've never seen an English player.
Probably is.
Wow. Yeah, because English players don't really go to Serie A like that.
But in terms of so many teams looking for number 9s and powerful, physical, strong, quick number 9s, I'm very surprised no one came in for Zapata.
Do you know what it is, Chris?
It's age, maybe.
His age is the negative. I think he's like 32, 33 now.
They asked for so much money. They asked for 40 million for him last year.
Yeah, because Newcastle were interested. When Newcastle got taken over, actually, they were one of the teams interested. But I just think he's one of them ones that's going to be sort of a mainstay at Atalanta. The only issue is, and I'll give you guys credit, obviously you're bigging up AC Milan, you're giving them props. I get it. Going there and getting a 1-1 draw, which I think is a good result. The one plus is that Ismael Bennacer, me and Leah spoke about him a couple years back. I'm a big fan and actually wanted him at United because he's tenacious as well. He's good on the ball. He's got that bite. And I would still take him now. And I think he's got a 50 million release clause. However, My concern for AC Milan going forward for the rest of this season, which I am going to be watching closely, you look at Brahim Diaz. He signed from Man City. He's an agile number 10. He's small. He's nimble. He can be good in the pockets, a bit like how Fabio Carvalho was when he came on against us. But I just don't know if he's a bit lightweight. And in some big games in Serie A, he's going to be cutting it as a number 10. And also Junior Messias. He's okay. He's okay. Don't get me wrong. He's one of them players that will give you a 7 out of 10 each week. He's just there in the 11. But if you're looking at winning leagues and match-winning moments, I look at that front four and I look at Rafael Leao, who I really do like, right? But I look at Rebic, Brahim Diaz, and Messias, and I don't see much cojones and match winners in there that can actually really change a game. So I think if they're going forward with that front four, it's not going to win you.
It doesn't matter, Ty. It doesn't matter. The problem.
Matter. Why doesn't it matter?
I tell you why it doesn't matter. Because even last year, this guy Pioli is getting something out of these players that is just getting crazy.
Mo, not when you've got the team that you've got now, my brother.
We only added Lukaku.
Also that. But what it is also that, and I know what Mo's saying, but there's only so much a manager can extract out of a team, and it's always usually one glorious season.
Yeah.
When after that, then because after that, a lot of your opposition work you out, and you can. I think it's fair to say AC Milan were a surprise last season. Even you will say you will say that AC Milan weren't expected to be on that level last season, and as you rightly say, it's because of their coach. Teams clock onto that. And I think they won't have the same success. Yeah. And I'm agree with Ty that attack doesn't. I mean, Rafael Leao is one of the most sought after wide men in world football. Take him out of the equation. Rebic, I know he scored last week, but hasn't really played up front. You know what I mean? I know my man Divock Origi, he's not consistent at all. You know, he'll light up a game within 5-10 minutes and that's it, do nothing else. So, and Bennacer, who knows if he'll still be there by the end of the transfer window? You know, a few clubs sniffing around him. You know, so let's see how it goes. But Inter, when you're sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, I was gonna add to that and say that I think this season, even though I do rate Pioli as a coach very highly, I do think AC Milan will fall short just a tiny little because of the lack of recruitment. I think they should have added in certain positions just to have depth, because this is going to be a long season for them, as much as it's going to be for everyone else. You know, it's going to be a long season. They need players, a lot of players in positions. I think some of the players that they got linked with, they should have maybe gone into the market and stamped their foot and be like, yes, we want this player. I think they were linked with Renato Sanchez before he was linked with PSG. They should have got in there and said,
there's a few deals that they didn't get over the line. You're right. Yeah. They've been linked with a few players.
They should have stopped their authority and be like, let's put the money down. Let's bring these players in.
They don't have it.
I was just going to say, it's a finance situation.
They don't have the money.
Renato, yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't know this, but yeah, it's a shame because I think because of that, Ziyech too as well. Yeah, they were linked with Ziyech. Because of that, I think they will fall short, and I think Inter will win this league, but purely because of depth.
Listen, one thing on Milan is that don't forget they've got Ivan Gazidis, who was formerly at Arsenal, and the guy is the biggest penny pincher you will ever see. So don't expect, even if they have money, it's not happening. Bilal.
Well, let's talk about someone who we're not sure if they've got money, Inter, but we know that they've built up quite a formidable squad. They dispatched Spezia with ease, right, Mo? I saw a clip of your watch along that you done for the goal by Lautaro Martinez. You was very happy. Have you calmed down? Has your blood pressure come back to normal?
A little bit. I know.
How was the game?
Yeah. So the game was not. It didn't start easy, but like the game went on, and then I think the players realized we're way better than this team. We should be able to score goals, and then it just happened. Like the Lukaku layup to Lautaro, and then first touch left foot. If you haven't watched that goal, just go watch it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like the left foot shot to the corner. It was just crazy, to be honest.
I only watched it because of your celebration. I said, I want to see why he went mad like this. And when I saw the goal, I said, yes, Mo, you have every right to go mad like this.
So it was just it's a calculated thing, because they did it 2 times before that, and it didn't work the way it worked that time. It's a long ball, Lukaku lay off to Lautaro first touch, and it worked this time. The thing I'll take from this game is that Alessandro Bastoni started this game. He didn't start the first game, and he looked like, wow, what is this? Why are we thinking about selling this guy? He's irreplaceable. He was unbelievable, to be honest. It's kind of like Denzel Dumfries. I think this guy, because people didn't want to pay 40 million, and you know what people I'm talking about? It's the second from the bottom. They didn't want to pay 40 million to replace these two washed out players on the right side. They're gonna have to pay up to 60 million after the World Cup, and I promise you this: Denzel Dumfries after the World Cup is gonna be worth 60, and Manchester United are gonna come in and they're gonna pay the 60 million. But he was phenomenal, to be honest, because they didn't want to pay 40 million, and they're gonna pay. But anyway, long story short, guys, this Inter team, this lineup, even without Gosens on the left, they should win Serie A with ease.
100%.
The problem is if Juventus get Di Maria back and Pogba back, they should compete. But we're gonna talk about them later. But the Juventus don't play any progressive football. They had terrible manager somehow.
Well, don't speak on that yet. We got a little surprise.
But anyway, about Inter, I think this squad should go deep in the Champions League. Of course, they're like, we don't want to face Man City, Bayern Munich, PSG, Liverpool, like these big clubs. But otherwise, I'm waiting for the draw tomorrow. But the game, it was very, very easy, and it showed that these players, like on their day, they can be anybody, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Even though I have my reservations and I have my opinions about Lukaku, when I watched that game against Spezia, it's like he never left. That was the thing that annoyed me the most. I was like, it's like he never left. It's like he just took a year off. He came back and the team's the same. Like that goal was like, that was Inter all over again when they won the league. Literally that goal. And
direct, no transition. Yeah, quick in transition, one pass, boom, front, back to front very quickly.
That was textbook Inter Milan, bro. And yeah, they're going to cause some damage in this league this season. I can't lie to you. They're going to cause a lot of damage. And I'm looking forward to the big games, the Inter Milan against AC, Inter Milan against Juve. I'm looking forward to those games because I want to see how much damage they can cause. I know they're going to cause damage anyway, but I want to see how much.
The one blessing.
In 48 hours, we'll play Lazio away.
I'll be watching that game. I'll be watching.
Okay, yeah, that's a good little test actually, because I think when you look at the Italian teams, right, we're just looking at AC Milan. We're going to touch on Juve, of course. You look at Roma's, Napoli's. I think when you look at teams that are built, ready, sustainable, they all know their roles. This is the team you're looking at. They step out on the pitch every week and they know what they're doing every single week under Inzaghi. And I think one thing as well, everyone touches on depth now. You look at the Champions League when that comes in. And Lukaku's always been a striker for me that can't play alone. I think he's a striker that he loves playing with a partner. He can link up with him. It enables him to sort of, trouble defenders more because he's occupying him with Lautaro Martinez. But I saw in the second half, you're bringing on players like Edin Dzeko. Yes, I get it. Edin Dzeko is not the same as the Premier League Dzeko. He's older, but it's a slower league in Serie A. He's still effective. Then you've got Joaquin Correa, who actually is still a good squad player. He was at Sevilla. He's played in the Liga quite a few times. And he's still a solid forward to have as your fourth choice. So I think when you're looking at depth and you're looking at attacks, we just spoke on Milan. When you look at this team here, it's just far superior. And I think it's actually going to be quite a comfortable league win. It's so funny. 2 weeks ago, we was actually saying together, all of us here on the same show, oh, this is going to be the most interesting league. I think it will be, but that's not going to be for top. That's going to be for second, third, and fourth.
Oh, you think Inter going to walk away with it?
I think Inter win it quite comfortably. I really do.
Yep.
Fair enough. Well, one team that's going to have to pick up their game very quickly and drastically is Juve. If they have any ambitions to sort of keep up pace with them, I guess, at this stage, as Tyrone saying. Bilal, over to you for this one, man.
Yeah, you're not a fan. I'm not a fan. Allegri was one guy that was touted with going Real Madrid. I remember he's linked with a host of Premier League clubs, after he left Juve. But now this second coming of Allegri, everyone thought it was going to be fantastic and Juve are going to come back. It is terrible, terrible football. And guys, I just want to show you this picture, and I think it just sums up. Allegri was a man who played Mandzukic on the wing. This guy's creating wide target mans, yeah. And now he is a man who is creating new formations. He's a connoisseur of the game. Let's have a look. And here's the 10th minute of Sampdoria versus Juve.
I saw a 2-minute clip of these two playing it out the back for 2 minutes, passing it to each other. Horrific.
and this is what we're getting: hexagon formations, or I don't even know what it is, like a UFC ring, and there's nothing in the middle.
UFC ring.
Honestly, they've got Rabiot running around like a headless chicken. They're always losing the ball in the middle of the park. Turnovers. Vlahovic, it looks like a lost cause. He's confused. He's having to run. Even when they did get a goal, it was offside because Vlahovic at this point...
It was offside by a yard or two.
Yeah, it was so offside. I don't know why they took so long to even decide. I think, but honestly, Juventus at this point, I don't know where they're going to go from here because
I'm loving it, man.
Pogba's injured, Di Maria, Chiesa, like everything it's not going well for them.
Well, three of them. Look, can I jump to the defense of Juve? Not so much Allegri, but just give it some context, guys. Three of the most creative players are injured: Di Maria, Pogba, Chiesa. You take those three out of any squad, that's your creation, man. That's your skill. That's your, come on, let's be a little bit fair. Let's not kill them this much at this stage. Again, going away to Sampdoria isn't easy. Do you know what I mean? Bremer versus his, not Bremer from Torino, sorry. But you know, it's not the worst result at this stage. It's early, but I get what you mean in terms of there's not much.
It was the matter of the way they played, Chris. Yeah. It was not the matter of the result. People are talking about the way they played, but I get your point. It's they have the three.
I mean, add those three to the team, add those three to the squad, and it's a little bit healthier.
Time will only tell.
No, it doesn't guarantee. I agree. It doesn't guarantee any form of success per se, but you know, I don't know. I get what you guys are saying. They're not a very attractive team to watch. Like they're not. They're just not. Those players there, Locatelli, McKennie, and Rabiot in midfield. Much of a muchness. Right. Not much technical ability there. Just a lot of tall runners kind of thing. You know what I mean? It reminds me of the.
That midfield is Rice Krispies without the milk.
There you go.
Before we move on from Serie A, can we talk about one thing? Like if I know that you want to talk about him, the Napoli guys, and then this guy Kvaratskhelia. Finally, I got his name right. Is there anything he can do? Headers, left foot, right foot, curlers, dribbling, ridiculous. Everything from. Where did he find this guy? I don't get it. Scored 2 goals, one of the right foot from outside. The second one.
Do you know what's even big for them as well? I don't even think it's just him as in goal scoring, output, headers. The fact that in someone like Lorenzo Insigne, who's been there for years, he was kind of their catalyst for the big games and their big moments when they were coming up with Napoli. They've lost him. To replace him kind of could be quite a hard thing in terms of you're a Napoli fan, you're from Naples, it's that big feeling there. They love that club. To replace someone like him would be difficult, you see, in their eyes. But for him to come in, score 2 goals straight away and on the weekend, and, you know, have that dynamic feel, he's energetic, he can cut in, he's fearless. I think they've done well in replacing him. And, you know, I'm excited to see where his potential goes because he just looks like one of them players where I'm not going to say, oh my God, he's going to be a world beater, but he just looks like, do you know what? I don't care who I'm up against. I just want to go out there and express myself and try and see if I can perform. And so far, he's doing it. But I just wanted to make sure that point there was mentioned because losing Insigne for a team like Napoli is a big thing because you're not that type of club, you know, to lose players after all them years.
Yeah, but they also added 3 players before we go. They also added Ndombele. They're going to add Keylor Navas, Raspadori. This is a very good. Finally, they have the depth.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I was going to move on to La Liga, but Bilal just reminded me.
Yeah.
And someone in the chat said, aren't you going to speak about Mourinho?
We never showed them love.
Yeah, we don't show them love. Maybe, I don't know why. Mourinho is Mourinho. You always have to. If you don't speak about Mourinho, he hasn't done his job, right?
100%.
Facts, right? Like, if we don't, because he has to be spoken about. Whatever country he is in, whatever level is he playing at, Mourinho has to be spoken about. Otherwise, he hasn't done his job properly. Look, again, a mixture of players from the Premier League. You got Chris Smalling there, Tammy Abraham there. You got Rui Patricio, the Wolves keeper there. You know, and then he's got a couple of youngsters that he's brought in on, you know, bringing in. But the tragic news was Zaniolo getting injured again, right, Mo? Did he get injured again in this game?
Yeah, but it's only shoulder, I guess.
It wasn't knee.
Yeah, no, he said it's only something like 2 weeks or something. So
okay. 3 weeks, so. But again, a very hard-fought victory. You know, it could have been or should have been comfortable, but Cremonese. But when you're in the early weeks of the season, though, it's all about ask me in it. It's all about just getting the points on the board. Guys, how's Tammy Abraham and Paulo Dybala linking up?
Fantastic. I just want to say I think Tammy is the best striker in Serie A. Yeah. All round when I watch him, I'm looking at someone who can do it all. He can give me Lukaku, and fair enough. But I think Tammy could come back to England and he would smash it again. I think Tammy, I look at him, he missed a pretty much a sitter, pretty much. Yes. Yeah. But him and Dybala, the link up between these two, it's looking good already. I think it's Dybala, you meant to say his name. I've heard this. I don't know
Dybala, his name is Dybala.
Dybala, yes. I always say his name wrong. But yeah, honestly, I look at Tammy, I think he's a complete package. They're talking to me about Osimhen. They're talking to me about Lukaku, Vlahovic. Listen, my number one pick is Tammy. It's my outside wild shout, whatever. Yeah, Tammy is better than all of them other strikers in Serie A.
Fair enough. I mean, I'd go for Osimhen, but I wanted to ask the two, the lads that will know about Smalling and their opinion on, because since Smalling has left, Man United have not had the best centre backs. What was your feeling when he left? Go with Ty first. And what's he? What do you think of the job he's done? Was you a fan ever of Smalling?
Did you know what it was with Smalling? I actually thought he was actually quite a solid defender. I think the biggest gripe with him, which Aaron will probably agree with, is, I'll be honest with you, Grizz, in my 25 years watching football, I've never seen a centre-back pass a football so strange.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I see everyone's laughing, they know. But really, I have to be really and honestly and true with you. As a defender, 1v1, in the air, I can't actually think of many times where I'm like, Smalling got done. And Aaron would probably agree with me. He never really got done in isolated situations. So
one-on-one, yeah,
one-on-one. He was a solid defender. He's one of them guys that, you know, he's a steady 7 out of 10. But I just kind of felt sorry for him because I felt like the way he played the game, he would never have been able to sort of establish himself and win himself over with the fans. So I'm happy. Do you know what? I'm very happy to see him at Roma, flourishing, linking up with Mourinho, and it's working for him because I do think that league really suits him, you know. And all I can say is, yeah, fair play. I'm happy for him to work out. And when he left, I wasn't like, oh my God, Smalling's leaving. But I also knew that if a team get the right tune out of him, they're getting a solid defender, because actually as a defender, he's not poor. He actually is not poor, man.
Aaron, quick word on Smalling.
I can't even, there's nothing to add. I think Ty said everything. I agree with him totally.
Okay, fair enough.
I just want, Grace, before we move to La Liga, I just want to tell Bilal something. When your boy Tammy comes 6th or 7th on the Capo Cabanieri, just come talk to me. Like, he's not even going to hit like 15 goals. And then it's going to be Lautaro, Lukaku, Ciro Immobile, and Vlahovic, Osimhen will all have goals more than him, and then come and talk to me about Tammy. Bro.
Tammy's still better, man. I'm not trying to hear it. No.
Bilal's wild take has got some heat as in the comments, as always. You know what I mean? People are telling him about all the people that are better than him. You know, there you go, you know. But we've got to move on. Obviously, we can talk all night here, man, and it's been amazing as usual. But we spent way too long on the Farmers League. We were supposed to brisk through the Farmers League. We ended up talking about their formations, how they're going to smash it in the Champions League now, and none of that. Let's get to the league and talking about Champions League sort of potential winners, the owners of the motherfucking Champions League, man, Real Madrid themselves. Again, Real Madrid, where are they? Real Madrid go to Celta Vigo. On paper, you'd think a difficult away fixture, but that lineup, I don't know, man. Talk to me. Who wants to take that lineup, that performance? Tchouaméni turned up in La Liga. People were like already showing me comps of like how he didn't do well in the first week or two. Tchouaméni, man. That this team, Karim never stops, man. He's just aging like fine wine, man. Talk to me about this team. Anyone, man. Take the floor. By the way, man, 250 of you, I haven't even asked for a like because I don't like keep asking, but you're not going to make me keep asking because the ratio is sick. It's actually
come on,
sick.
Man. Smash that like button. It's free, man. If it isn't lit up, man, like that.
It's underneath, we're going to say it again. It's underneath the live chat, people. If you're on a live chat, close that. You'll find the like button on your phone. Click it and come back chat with us.
It's there. We don't even need to. You don't even need to go anywhere. But who wants to talk? Who wants to talk on the potential best team in Europe, man?
Honestly, go on.
You know what it is about Tchouaméni and possibly Camavinga as well. I think it doesn't surprise me that they slot into this team so easily because one, the talent is obviously there, but two, they have a manager who believes in them. And who believes in them enough to say, go out there and just show what you got. But also, they have people on the pitch to help them. They have people on the pitch to help them. They have leaders on the pitch to help them, to boost their confidence. When something goes wrong, don't worry about it. This is Real Madrid. You try things, you try again, and you will succeed. It's not a surprise, man. And these two will probably keep doing this for the next 10 years. They'll do this for the next 10 years, and with the leadership that they have.
That's the scary part. Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, that's minimum 7 years there.
Bellingham.
Bellingham next year.
Calma about the Bellingham.
That's honestly the scary
Speak
part.
soon.
That's honestly the scary part, bro, that they will soak up all this confidence and all this experience from the players around them. Modric, Benzema, David Alaba, Militao, Carvajal. They will soak up all of that experience step by step. Every game, every training session, every conversation in the canteen, every conversation on the plane when they're flying to X, Y, and Z. They will soak up as much experience as possible. By next year or in 2 years' time, you might see Tchouaméni play like Casemiro or like Kroos. You might see it. And don't be surprised if you do, because it's just going to be normal. It's just going to be a normal thing. You're going to see Tchouaméni rock up maybe to, I don't know, I want to say Old Trafford, but hopefully not. You might see them rock up anywhere here in England and just boss the game. It's just gonna be
but we need to take out Vinny Jr. Okay, a goal and assist.
Love him.
It's getting crazy, right? Like
he's getting too good now. It's getting too good.
Yeah, it's just this is gonna be like we have to talk because he doesn't play in England. People don't talk about him enough, to be honest. Like he's
the way they sign up that spit striker suits him to a T.
But can I ask one question though? We've boosted their defense because I think they're probably one of the best defensive outfits in world football. We've boosted up their midfield for sure, as a whole, the best midfield in the world in terms of numbers and, like they can replace 3 or 4 of them. Yeah. I want to speak about up front, guys. We know Benzema, say no more. We know about Vinny, say no more. You take them 2 out. Hazard is not the same at all.
Mr. Penalty.
Who else is there, guys? Because to win, and I know some of you guys were saying Barcelona are going to pip them this season. And obviously I went for Madrid. You guys were saying Barcelona's recruitment and they've got more flair. We're going to come to Barcelona next, obviously. That's the one weakness, I think, in their squad, guys. Because Benzema is prone to injury now. He's an old boy now. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
If Vinny was to get up and pick up an injury, I don't see much pace in that team. And much like going forward, and that's much needed. Is that fair criticism, or is there people that I've forgotten about? Like I know.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, no, you are right because obviously Rodrigo, we saw what he did in the Champions League last year and how he's developed.
But I don't think he's on that level yet.
Yeah, but Real Madrid know this. Real Madrid understand this because they tried to sign Mbappe, that failed, and when that failed, the only guy they really wanted was Gabriel Jesus. Listen to Fabrizio Romano.
That would have been ridiculous.
How they couldn't get him because of the passport issues, but. Real Madrid are like the Liverpools now, the Man Cities. They're looking to get that right guy. Maybe they just need somebody. And that's another argument. Do they just need somebody to come in and maybe help get 5 to 7 goals a season? Or do they wait another year, maybe risk it, try and win the league, maybe Champions League, maybe they can't do it both this year. And then next year, who knows?
Because they've tried to...
Whatever is it called? Kvara, maybe he's available.
Because they've got Jovic. Is he still there or he's gone now?
No, he's gone.
Fiorentina. Is that Fiorentina?
Yeah,
so he's gone now. They tried the other guy, Mariano.
He's on the bench, dusted.
Do you get my point though? Who's the reserve to Benzema? Yeah. I don't know.
I think that would actually lead to a change of formation, and I do agree with you, Biz. I do think they fall short, even on the right wing department. I always look at Real Madrid's team, and even in the last 18 months, and I'm always like, even Gareth Bale, when he was there last summer, he probably maybe could have been a nice little weapon for them this year, and they kept him for 1 more year, but he's gone now. So they've got no Bale, unfit or unproven Eden Hazard since his ankle surgery. And I do believe that if you're a team that want to be challenging for all competitions, the main thing you really want is an 11 full of people in their actual proper positions. Now, for me, Valverde, a great player. We touched him in the first show. Up and down, combative. I don't know any player that probably can go up and down the pitch as much as him in transition. But when you're looking at, say, a 4-3-3 and saying, right, Real Madrid need to go out and it's away leg 2-0 down. They need to play a front 3 and score goals. You've got Vinicius. You've got Benzema. Valverde isn't that guy that's going to have that output. It kind of makes me a bit, Real Madrid are a team for me that need to be taking the lead in these big games. I think if they take the lead, they're able to sustain and control the game.
Oh, it's over. It's over. Yeah,
but if they go 1-2-0 down in 2 legs, over 2 legs, I think this would be a different type of thing. Because, okay, I get it. Don't say Man City. That was a one-off. They shouldn't have gone through. We all know that. We all know football. But if that happens again, I don't see them being able to produce that again. They need to go ahead in games. But there's one point I did want to make on Madrid, Grizz, which I think I compared to Bayern Munich, just quickly. I said about Bayern Munich and their spine, and saying that's not good enough, it's not solid enough. You look at Real Madrid's spine, Thibaut Courtois, you've got David Alaba, you've got Luka Modric and Benzema. Now, for me, that spine isn't breaking. Like, that is a really good spine. If they stay fit and they're in any team, any game, that's got a chance, man. So when you look at spines and teams that really can win something, that's the sort of spine I want to be looking at.
We got a super chat from Ashwin. Says Real Madrid always buy big after World Cup.
Yeah.
He's got a very good point there. That's actually a good point. That. So you can expect. Yeah, that's a very good point. So Ashwin, I've got your other super chat. I'm going to ask you at the end when it comes to in a few minutes. So don't think I've ignored it. Bilal, the other team obviously in Spain that's only worth talking about realistically is Barca themselves. Again, another tricky away game to Real Sociedad.
That score don't justify it, man, Grizz.
Really? Go on.
I personally think that game could have been free. That should have been 3-1 to Sociedad in the first half.
Wow.
It a different game. I have to be honest. I like Barcelona. I like their team. I like what they can play. But I saw this start in the lineup, and I'm going to say straight away what the F was going on. A 3-2-4-1. And like, look at the individuals. I'm sorry, but Ronald Araujo played basically as a right back. He was getting torn apart. He's a central defender. Eric Garcia, sorry, he's pants. He shouldn't even be at Barcelona. And then you've got Gavi, De Jong, and Pedri. Now, it's a midfield that kind of, is a very good free. But when you've got Ferran Torres basically playing in a cam, I just think it was individuals that are really good, but it was all muddled up. It just wasn't clicking. Honestly, I watched the whole game and it was just like really poor until Ansu Fati came on. It was like one player that could really change the game. But honestly, like this framework here that Xavi was building is probably a blessing in disguise. They got away with it because in the first half they were poor, and he'll probably look at that and say, I can't run that again. So I'll be honest with you, Sociedad missed some big chances in that first half. And if anyone watched the game, I'm sure they'd probably agree with me. It'd be interesting to see what they say.
Mo, I did say
Barcelona. I just want to add something about this Barcelona team. This Barcelona team is so strange, right? Because it's full of talent and individual abilities, but they don't play.
By the way, sorry, Mo.
I got it.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you. Carry on, Mo. Sorry, it was in the comments.
They don't play like a team. This is what I don't understand. This Xavi was supposed to gel them together to play like a team, but they don't, it's very strange. When I'm watching them, it's all about isolating one-on-one and trying to dribble. It's never like back in the day when Xavi came in the last year, they tried to do the tiki-taka thing, and I think it didn't work for him. And now he's chosen to be like, you know what, let's play individual talent. We have this Ousmane Dembele guy who can dribble anybody. We have Pedri. We have Ansu Fati on the bench, I think. And I don't think this is sustainable. To be honest,
thank you.
The result is 4-1. It's unsustainable.
It's such a false 4-1, man.
Well, let's see, because you guys were hyping them up and saying Barcelona.
Yeah, I want to hear what Bilal says, because
Listen, I don't know, Xavi with his tactics, it's kind of experimental at this point.
I mean, people are saying it's 2 games. Relax, people.
And Koundé, don't forget, Koundé's not registered yet. And
people are saying that's the first time they played. Relax, guys.
Chris, I hear that, but we're talking about this game and that scoreline. I said,
it
did not match the game. And Bilal, I'm sure you watched that half. You have to.
Yeah, I watched it, and honestly, like Sociedad, they always play good football. David Silva was getting charged. He should have scored a goal.
Yep.
Isaac, it's a topic now. And we're going to Newcastle. Big money move there, so big up to him. That's my East African brother there. But
big up,
big up, But honestly, Barcelona at this point. But let me spin this into a positive. They didn't play well, but in the end, you saw their quality in attack, and you saw the options that they have. You saw Lewandowski's assist for Ansu Fati's goal. That is an absolute joke. Ansu Fati, when he hit it, was it to Dembele? And then Dembele hits it back across. Like, this is, the attacking potential of Barcelona is insane. They just need to get the defense right. And that's what Xavi's going to have to do. Yeah. It's a work in progress. But when that defense is fixed, and I believe it will be fixed, hopefully with Koundé coming in and, Araujo, hopefully they build a partnership. After that, then I think we can start seeing Barcelona really having a solid foundation, because I want to see a title race this year in Spain. I want to see the El Clasicos mean something. And I think if Barcelona can keep on picking up these points while they're working on things, while they're trying to register the last few players or Koundé, and then maybe they try and make another signing, who knows? Then maybe them big games, the El Clasicos, are going to decide where this title goes. So let's wait and see. I don't want to get too excited about Barcelona right now just because of the teething problems.
Bilal, sorry to ask you, do you know when the first Clasico is?
I can have a look. I think
while he has a look, Aaron, Ansu Fati, I done a piece for I can't remember the
16th
platform
of
that was
October.
on. Okay. I done a platform about 2.5 years ago. About 2.5 years ago about Ansu Fati, and I said this guy's got the world at his feet, man. Obviously, he had a mad injury. It's just one of those stories that you hope comes good and it comes through, man. The guy's a little genius of a player. Diminutive was supposed to be the what's the word after Messi?
Heir apparent
To Messi, yeah. So how much pressure is that? Yeah, but this kid is dynamite, man. He's so good, so small. You think you can push him off the ball, but he's strong for his size, feet, intelligence. He's got it all, man.
For Lewandowski's second goal, if you see the picture of Ansu Fati, right before Lewandowski even shoots or anything, he's smiling like he knows already this is a goal. Like this kid he's different, and he had like 3 operations. He had to recover. Yeah, but Barca have looked after him well. They haven't rushed him back. They've given him time, and hopefully now he's going to start progressing. These are the players Barca have to build around. Yeah,
I was actually going to mention that below. That's a very good. Barcelona, they're looking after this kid very well, man. You can tell they rate him highly, and they want him to succeed. Haven't rushed him back. They allow him to train properly. They allow him to train as much as needed before he comes back on the pitch, and we've seen it against Sociedad when he came on. Electric, man, absolute magic. And I really, really hope that he's not played with any more injuries, that he can play a full season and really show the world what he's about, man. And I don't know if has he chosen allegiance yet in terms of national team?
Yeah, Spain.
Yeah,
Spain.
I hope he plays well enough to make the Spain squad to go to the World Cup. That would be nice to see. So yeah, I'm fully rooting for the kid, man, because I love this kid, man. He's amazing.
Bilal just asked me in the private chat, shall we speak about Atletico?
Yes, you are, Grizz, because what did I say on the first show,
Go on,
brother?
Go on, get Atletico, man.
Diego Simeone's last season. I'm going to run it all year. I'm going to go with it and I'm going to stick with it.
Are you serious? Yeah.
I honestly, this cycle's over, man. I had a lovely bike, but I'm not going to lie, the front wheel's got a punch.
No, I agree with you.
Terrible. Yeah,
that's why I want to go.
I was not surprised by this. I looked at the first goal that he conceded. If anyone's seen it, it's an absolute howler. The guy tries shanking it with right foot and he plays it across the box and they score in the 80th minute. It just epitomizes everything about Atletico Madrid. They're not really convicting in front of goal. They don't create a lot of chances. It's pragmatic football. I'll just be honest with you. I think this cycle's coming now where Atletico are going to just sort of be a team that are obviously qualifying for top 4 with nothing else really happening around them. I think the owner looking to sell within the next 2 years. I feel like even he senses, we've got a new stadium. This team needs a whole new refresh and approach. Mm-hmm. And these results are something that you need to start getting used to. You'll see Atletico playing at home to Getafe nicking 1-0. It's just going to be one of them things. And you look at that team, like, let's be honest, Marcos Llorente, a very good versatile player, can play right back, can do a bit of this. What does he specialize in? Nothing. Thomas Lemar, a winger out at Monaco, now playing as a central attacking midfielder. Is he really a specialist in there? No. And then you've got Koke, who's 31, and I'll be honest, can he do it all by himself when you've got a defensive midfielder playing centre back?
When you've been playing in the midfield for Simeone all these years, you're fucked by the time you're 30.
Yeah, bro, Chris, this is what I'm saying.
You're fucked by 31,
exactly, man. And nothing's freshening it up. They've got Molino, who got sent off for headbutting or grabbing another player. Like, it's just everything that could be going wrong for Atletico Madrid right now.
And Alex Witsel still is he centre back? He's playing him at centre back.
Grizz, I'm telling you now, when I said about him being obviously the last time it's going to be him managing the club for this year, I really meant it. And I just think this team's getting found out now. It's Atletico built their model of being like the Great Wall of Madrid. That's what they did. They were strong, they were combative. That's gone now. So when you don't have that and then you can't create and score goals and you're lacking flair, you've got nothing.
You know what it is, like I already one of the reasons why I don't like Atletico Madrid, and I always say if you go to Atletico Madrid, you play for the devil. aka Diego Simeone, because this guy is, I don't know, man. I feel sorry. The one guy I really feel sorry for is Joao
Felix.
Oh,
you are literally playing in hell. You're an angel in hell. Do you know what I mean?
Angel in hell. I'm gonna tweet that.
Boss.
Yeah, I'm nicking your likes, brother. I'm nicking your likes.
Joao Felix is an angel in hell. He's trying to make things happen every now and then. It works, but it's not the overall the bigger picture. It's not working out for him.
And now he's got Morata in front of him, who everything he creates, he's gonna score 1 in 5.
I feel so sorry for Felix. And bro, we tried to go in and save him. I didn't even know this. We put in a bid of 135 million euros. I was like, Lord, where did this money come from? Anyway, we tried to save him, but the devil was like, nah, I'm keeping him here. Do you know what I mean? Like,
see, Aaron says, try watching the Diego Simeone on.
I watched it.
Your man, your boss, your everything. Trust me.
No. We're, by the way, Aaron, we're not saying that Diego Simeone is crap. By the way, we're just saying great managers. The cycles come to an end.
I think Simeone said, I watched a documentary anyway. It's really good. I recommend everyone to watch it. You just get a whole feel of his life and his personality.
Oh, he's a bad man.
Yeah, of course. He's a G.
But he can have a change as well.
I think if this is his last season at Atleti, I think he's gonna have to. I think he wants to manage Inter probably as his next job. So he's gonna have to wait. Yeah, he's gonna have to probably wait. I don't know if Mo you're feeling.
Simeone. Someone said to me he could be like a Juve man after Allegri.
I don't think he'd go to Juve. He's not gonna go.
But anyway, it's business. But he's anti. He doesn't like Juventus, and they don't like him anyway.
Chelsea.
I see that.
Now Graham Potter is going to Chelsea.
Graham Potter is coaching Man City. You'll see.
Diego Simeone would make Mason Mount captain the way he runs around. Trust me.
But listen, guys, we've got to wrap this up, man. Madrid and Barcelona. Obviously, you know, we talk about the big boys because at the end of the day, these are guys that are going to win their leagues, man. Of course, tomorrow is the Champions League draw, and Ashwin asked earlier which matchup you will want to see in the European Champions League group stage. I mean, it's difficult to work out right now, because we don't know who's qualified and whatnot, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
the champions, then after that, it's
tier 1 and tier 2.
They changed it, isn't
it? So we'll have a better understanding. Appreciate the support and the super chat. We'll have a better understanding of what we're talking about. Oh, Omar wants to mention
no, we can't, Omar. No, we can't.
No, hold on. He messaged me and he wants to speak about his home club.
Congratulations to
Rangers. Who does he support?
Tonight.
Of course, big up Rangers. He goes, can we ever mention...
Just quickly, actually, in terms of that question, sorry, by the way, I would actually love to see PSG and Liverpool get matched up in the Champions League group stage because they're tier 1 and tier 2, I believe. I think that'd be a good matchup. Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be some big boy matchups. Always is, isn't it? It's always is.
Listen, the one that I want to see is Lukaku at the bridge and scoring, and then it's in the badge. That's what I want to see, man.
That's what I want to see.
Forget all the big games.
Will you be able to play them?
Yeah, I remember Courtois played against Chelsea when he was at Atleti.
Okay. What do you mean? This is this is only in England, and they are actually looking to cancel it in England from next season. It's not going to be a rule anymore.
In Italy, can you play against your loan club, right? Because I know Atalanta have like 50 players
in England. This is only in England, and they are trying to cancel it because of the amount of players.
So, guys, very quickly, can we have a mention of my hometown and Talyaspor between last season's champions Trabzonspor in the Turkish Super League, please, a 5-2 win. Big up Omar's hometown club, man. Of course, man. Somebody, I bet a lot of people want to see. I want to see Mane knock out Liverpool. Yeah, that wouldn't be funny, but that would be something. It wouldn't be funny. Yeah, storylines galore, but we discuss that when we get to it, man. Of course, next week's show will be more about the Champions League draw as well as the results. We'll have a better understanding of what's what and what's not. Barcelona versus Chelsea. People are saying they want to see that. That's what is needed to see. but the way Ty just said about the tier system. It's going to be a matchups, man. There's going to be hella matchups. It's not going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to be some big teams clashing out. But people, 1 hour, 29 minutes of pure European football, and it flew by. And we didn't even notice it, man.
Brilliant.
We there's loads we didn't even cover. We want to cover, but you know what I mean? The talk was so intense. The insight was banging. I want to thank Bilal, of course, Mo, Aaron for his debut, Never Foul, Tyrone, Make sure the guys' links are all in the description. Make sure you follow them on their channels. Go give them a subscription, man. These people are doing great work. Great work. So, you know what I mean? And you guys know I only invite people that are good people first. I don't even look at their content. I look at the person first. And these guys are some of the nicest people I've got to know in the last few months even. Do you know what I mean? And it's a pleasure having these people on. And when you get nice people and then you talk football on top of that, it's a fucking blast. It's an absolute blast.
Meal, man.
Of course it is. And it's like we're talking like friends. We can say anything and you can, no one's awkward. No one's got ego issues here. This is what it's about, man. People are humble enough to accept when they're wrong. You know, maybe banter with each other. And this show is going to flourish, man. It's only like, third episode? And we got man, over 250 people watching live at a random 11 o'clock Wednesday night, man. Big up yourselves. And the Champions League hasn't even started. The big games haven't even started. Watch when we get reviews of PSG
Don't worry, Aaron,
versus...
we'll just run our Europa League.
Oh, shit.
They aren't invited. They aren't invited.
Yeah. We might know what we're gonna do. What we'll do. We have to be fair. I'm a fair person, Mo. What we'll do, we'll invite one week. Let me speak about the viewing.
Grace, you can
be having two Man United people.
You can make a 15-minute show for them Thursday nights. It's just a 15-minute show for them.
Wait, Europa League show. You can host that shit on your own. Like, what are you saying, man? Yeah, away to Metalist Kharkov, or something, man, in the Ukrainian league. But listen,
honestly, guys, I'm just gonna say it as well. Big up Bilal, big up Gris for having us on. Big up Mo, my never a foul partner. Aaron, my guy, you know what it is. Make sure before you leave, guys, you like this video, subscribe if you're new, and obviously our channels are down below as well. So subscribe to Never a Foul. Trafford Tunnels, where I do my Manchester United stuff, and Aaron comes on there as well. So yeah, guys, man, just keep supporting Gris, and once again, big up, man.
100%, guys. We'll be back next week, God willing. Hope everything goes well. Hope everyone has a great time. Take care.